Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Lizon from NIR Sauna and Lifestyle Integration. I wanted to put together this quick video to explain infrared lamp saunas. I get a lot of questions about the differences between near infrared, far infrared, what's this, what's that, and I wanted to clarify some of the more frequently asked questions today. Now, I brought you here to this location to prove and illustrate a point. And that point is that we're exposed to infrared light daily. We're designed to be exposed to infrared light. About 50% of the light that reaches the Earth's surface is infrared light, and we're around it when we're out in nature all the time. The thing is, you can't see it. So we need to explain a little bit more about light and how that works. You've got visible light around you where you can see all the various greens and maybe some of the butterflies that are flying around through here. And the last frequency of light that you can see with visible light is red. And after red comes near infrared light. And I've got the frequencies here because I don't want to get them mixed up and give you inaccurate information. Red light is the frequency of 620 to 750 nanometers. Near infrared light is the frequency or wavelength of light that's between 700 and 1400 nanometers. When you go above 1400, you get into mid-range infrared, and when you go above 3000 nanometers, that's far infrared light. So you've got different wavelengths of light that determine what type of infrared it is. And the infrared is actually different. Mid and far infrared are heat signatures. So what you feel or experience when you're exposed to far infrared is heat. And that's because the water molecules in your body absorb that frequency of light when they're exposed to it, and you feel that as heat. Near infrared, you do not feel. There's no actual heat to near infrared light as a general rule. The frequencies and the wavelengths are just too low. Near infrared light, though, has multiple incredible health benefits. Near infrared light has been shown to actually help slow down and reverse things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. There are studies that I've put some videos up onto YouTube on that show how applying near infrared light to the thyroid gland can help people get off thyroid medication. Near infrared light is being used in multiple devices approved by the FDA to help with things like herpes cold sores, hair regrowth, and even in health and beauty spas where they're using it to try to reduce collagen and with fat loss. So near infrared is well documented, and part of the reason that I brought you out here is to get you understanding how that works with one study that was done when they talked about sunlight. It turns out that if you get exposed to near infrared light in the early morning hours when the shadows are long, that has a protective effect on your skin equivalent to a sunscreen of SPF 15 against the damaging ultraviolet rays that you would be exposed to in the middle of the day. The problem with humans as a general rule is that we don't get out into nature as often as we're designed to. Think about it for a second. You probably live in a house or an apartment or something of that sort, and typical day for you would be you would wake up, you probably get yourself ready, you get into your vehicle or onto a train or a tram, you go to work, you work all day, you come home, and you hit the repeat button and do that every single day. When do you get outside? When do you get exposed to the near infrared in the morning hours that are supposed to protect your skin and give you all these other health benefits? We don't. That's why near infrared is so important when it comes to our overall health and well-being. And the way it works is that in our cells, in every single cell virtually in our body, we've got mitochondria, and the mitochondria are what produce energy in your body. And it turns out that we actually have light receptors. Light receptors. So just like plants, our mitochondria, where our energy is produced, has light receptors. These things are called chromophores. And when light hits the chromophores, it increases the production of ATP or energy. That brings healing. It's been shown to reduce inflammation. It's been shown to increase blood flow and nitric oxide. It's been shown to increase the gene production or turning on genes to help with the stress response. Near-infrared light is an incredible healing mechanism that is starting to become more mainstream, but needs to be heard about more. So there you have it, it's sort of explained, I hope, simply. Far infrared is helpful when it comes to saunas. That's what produces the heat, but only the heat. Near-infrared produces all the other benefits of a near-infrared lamp sauna. So why would you settle for just the heat benefits if you can get all of the benefits? These are the lamps that we use in a lamp sauna. And you'll notice on here that it actually, if I turn it around to the English side, they're actually called infrared lamps, not near-infrared lamps. I get a lot of question about that. I get a question saying, are these near-infrared lamps? Yes, they are, but they're tungsten incandescent lamps that produce the full spectrum of infrared light. So there's about, some of the research I've seen would indicate about 10 to 20% of the light that comes off of these lamps is in the near-infrared range, the therapeutic range, whereas the rest of it is into the mid-infrared and the far infrared because you need the heat for the heat benefits of the sauna as well. But these are the lamps that are used. They're not labeled near-infrared, but they are near-infrared lamps. And I've put a diagram on there to show you some of the distribution so that you can see how that actually works. So the actual lamps look like this. They're just 250 watt red infrared lamps. There's another benefit to these lamps though, and that is that they're red. Red light, if you start looking up online and into the research, red light has incredible health and healing benefits as well. And it sounds odd, but red light is absorbed by the chromophores similar to how the near-infrared light is absorbed. The difference is red light doesn't penetrate deeply. It only goes into the surface of the skin, which is why it's used on things like the herpes and on some of the hair regrowth and things like that. The healing frequencies of the near-infrared is typically in the low to mid 800s, sort of 810, 830, 850 nanometers, and that's the healing range of near-infrared. So there you have it, a very quick, I hope, tutorial or FAQ on understanding some of the differences between near-infrared and far-infrared and answering a lot of the questions that I get very regularly through my YouTube comments and other videos. When it comes to perhaps the best sauna experience, you do want to look for a near-infrared sauna. Our portable near-infrared sauna is designed for those of you that don't want to spend a lot of money and don't have or don't want to put a big enclosure, a big wooden enclosure into your home. They're meant to be hung or used on a stand, which means you can use them in your bathroom, you can use them in your shower, in your bathtub, or any other small space that you've got. So they're truly any place, any space. Portable near-infrared saunas and near-infrared saunas as a rule give you the double benefit, the fusion of light therapy and heat therapy, and probably give you the most value for your money and your health when you're looking to restore your health and your vitality. Until next time, keep well.